Welcome back to Destiny 2. We are going to be talking about a brand new rocket launcher that's just came out that a lot of you are probably dismantling, overlooking, and just basically don't care about it because you are in love with your Apex Predators. And let me tell you, this thing is actually better, and I'll be explaining why. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump in and talk about the Faith Keeper. Now, in order to actually get this weapon, you can go ahead and use the Arena Breach executable activity to get this weapon. It doesn't really take too long, just do a couple of these for about an hour or so and you can get this weapon craft. This thing is absolutely amazing right now. For overall gameplay and just general use, this is by far one of the best rocket launchers to use. Obviously, for raids and high encounters, you're going to be using something else anyway. So why is this rocket so good? Well, it's a precision frame rocket launcher to start off with, which has also gained a buff, increased reserve ammo by 2 and reduced damage penalty from -10 to -5. The Apex Predator right now is a fan favorite rocket launcher, which is understandable. It's a very good rocket launcher, but it's an adaptive frame. Now, the best way of actually using this weapon is with reconstruction. But by using reconstruction, you can't use tracking, which is obviously a pretty good perk for rocket launchers. But obviously, as we all know, an auto-loading perk on a rocket launcher is pretty mandatory, which obviously kind of takes away the point of using tracking because this weapon will not let you do that. Now, if we move over to the Faith Keeper, as you can see on the screen right now, you can have auto-loading holster, you can have bipod, and you can have weapon missile lock-in because this comes already built into the weapon due to its precision frame, making it easily one of the best rocket launchers to use and get right now because you have basically all the necessary perks on a rocket launcher, and after the buff, this just makes it all round perfect. So with one reserve mod on the Faith Keeper, you can hold up to 15 rockets, and with the other rocket launcher, the Apex Predator, you can hold up to 12. So 3 extra rockets is definitely something that's gameplay changing. With the Apex Predator, you can scavenge up to 2 rockets from the bricks, and with the Faith Keeper, you can pick up to 3 rockets. With a single rocket with the Apex Predator, you can do around 73,000 damage. With all the reserved ammo in the Apex Predator, you can do around 883,000 damage. With the Faith Keeper, 1 rocket does around 63,000 damage. And with all the reserves in the Faith Keeper, you can do around 892,000 damage. So yeah, it's considerably a lot more damage. And sure, you are using more rockets, but that is when bipod comes into play. Using bipod, you can actually just go ahead and just spam your rockets everywhere because you have a lot more reserves. And normally with a rocket launcher, you don't need to use so many rockets because 1 or 2 is just good enough to kind of get a higher tier enemy low, and you can finish them off with a grenade, a melee, a primary weapon, or even a secondary weapon, giving you more ammo in your rockets to play with and do more damage. Obviously, and on top of everything, with the reserves and the more damage, you also have tracking, which makes killing smaller enemies that are quite a bit more annoying a lot easier, and you don't have to miss any of your rockets because it's gonna track hitting witches, hitting smaller skinnier enemies, and especially with the brand new bosses that the witness tier enemies, they're a lot skinnier and you can miss your rockets a little easier, but making this weapon have tracking, obviously built in already, just makes it a lot easier. So why not? Tracking, you have more ammo, more DPS, and just overall a better rocket launcher to use right now. But don't worry, we are actually going to be getting a brand new and better rocket launcher coming soon. This rocket launcher is going to be coming in the Solstice of Heroes update called the Crowning Duologue. Now, this one is also a precision frame which comes with targeting built in. And you can have reconstruction and you can have a bipod also in this weapon. So yeah, that makes it a pretty damn good rocket, which is most likely going to make it better than the Faith Keeper and the Apex Predator, but we have to wait for that to come out. Overall, that's the video. Hope you guys enjoyed. Go ahead and check it out.